life and a great deal of death and suffering. It was here in the 1500s that the plague was rife and the area was quarantined. Plague doctors went from house to house dressed in long leather coats and topped in bird-beak masks filled with potpourri to disguise the wretched stench of death. For weeks, it is said, the victims' cries could be heard until the close fell silent. 2 butchers were sent to clear the dead and found up to 400 corpses, which they managed to stack in carts neatly by cutting them into bits: arms, heads, legs and torsos. Although dead, it is believed that the dismembered souls never found rest.
I'm so pleased you're happy. This is great. Watch your step now. Watch your step.
Yeah.
It's nice and slowly.
I ain't afraid no ghost.
Okay. Chaps, you come round this way. Come round here. Or come round that. Just come round that way. Stand facing me. Come round. Louis?
Yeah.
Come on.
We're looking at the wash.
Come round this way. That's it. Turn around here. Okay. This was a street, as you can see, but there was no roof. It was 8 stories tall, and it actually went further down towards the river. The very rich people lived on the top, and the very, very poor people lived down below. There was so many people that died of disease, plague, typhoid. It was horrendous. Now, there are many, many ghosts that are said to roam this particular street. It's not just here. There are rooms off this street that are haunted. For instance, there is a house built in this place. In fact, one of the rooms just behind you is called Chesney's house. The gentleman called Chesney refused to leave. He was told, you have to leave. He refused to leave. He hates anybody going into his house. Very, very violent, shows poltergeist activity. Doesn't like anybody in his space. There is also a ghost of a little girl called Annie. She died of the plague. She's aged between 5 and 7, so we're told. We're not quite sure. You know you're being really cocky now and really funny and laughing and all the rest of it. Well, I'm going to wipe the smile. I'm going to wipe the smile off your face.
Headmaster's office me.
Absolutely. In fact, now, come on, I've had enough of you. Quick, come on, this way.
See you later, lads.
I've had enough. Okay.
Where are they going?
Okay, I want you...
Who are you going to call? Ghostbusters.
You're going to stand here
okay.
and wait for me to tell you where to go.
Yes, Mum.
Okay?
Yes,
right?
Mum.
Good man.
Okay. I ain't afraid of no ghost. I think it fancies it.
Right, okay. Everybody else happy?
Yeah.
Call it the kid dancing. I'm going to slap him so hard.
He likes that.
I'm going to slap. Do you know what? We're not going to call out here. I think we need to teach him a lesson.
Yeah.
I've got some backpacks here. Okay, so I want you each to take a backpack. There are pieces of equipment, there's a camera in there, there's a torch in there. And so what I'm going to do is I want us to walk up here and then I'm going to take you off into different areas. Okay, come on this way and I'll sort you out.
Although Boyzone and Louis might want to stay together, it's inevitable that over the course of the night they will be asked to venture into the darkness alone. That is the nature of the beast. Coming up, Stephen can't stomach the dark. Shane and Keith get to the bottom of the ghostly noises.
Listen. Sounds like Louis Walsh having a shite.
And something grabs Boyzone's attention. Boyzone and Louis Walsh are in Edinburgh's Old Town for a night of fright with the nation's favourite ghost hunter, Yvette Fielding. Yvette has just introduced the boys to the creepy Mary King's Close, their first location of the night. However, some of the band do not appear to be taking tonight's ghost hunt in the spirit it should be.
There is also a ghost of a little girl called Annie. She died of the plague, so we're told. We're not quite sure. You know you're being really cocky now and really funny and laughing and all the rest of it. Well, I'm going to wipe the smile. I'm going to wipe the smile off your face.
Headmaster's office me.
Absolutely. In fact, now, come on, I've had enough of you. Quick, come on, this way.
See you later, lad.
Watching Boyzone's antics from the taxi parked outside is Professor of Psychology and Body Language expert Jeffrey Beattie.
First few seconds are always absolutely fascinating because I think in the first few seconds people have to establish their role in the group, and I think also there are a lot of telltale behaviours, sometimes unconscious behaviours, that tell you a great deal about their underlying personality. Now, what have I learned so far? Well, Keith is obviously the joker of the pack. Very stable personality, very, very extrovert. And you can see by the way the rest of them smile and laugh at his joke that they're going to depend upon him to get them through the night. Now, what's really interesting is just look at Ronan's behaviour when Yvette starts getting her warnings in. There's a lot of hair smoothing, face stroking. This is not about vanity on Ronan's part. These are self-adapters, sure signs of anxiety. And look at Mikey's response when he smiles. Smiles are always amazing. They're not necessarily about joy and positive emotion. As a psychologist, I always watch when the smile fades. And look at Mikey's face when the smile fades. He is not a happy boy. So he may be pretending to be happy, laughing still at Keith's jokes, but in some sense the reality for all of the rest of them, apart from Keith, is starting to sink in.
Okay, right.
Back inside Mary King's close, Yvette is keen to get Keith and Shane off ghost hunting proper. They're being sent to Chesney's workshop, but they're still not taking the spirits very seriously. Well, not the ghostly kind, anyway.
Okay, it's us. We're here. It's scary shit. You would not believe the noises we've heard so far.
What, stay out far?
Yeah, man. That moved the earth. I heard a song come to mind. It was like, I feel the earth move under my feet. I feel the sky tumbling down, tumbling down. Well, let's go this way. Oh, no, there's nothing down there, is there?
With Keith and Shane placed in their dark corner, it's now the turn of Stephen and Mikey to start their quest for some spooky shenanigans. They're being sent to investigate the endless rooms and corridors that make up Mary King's. But unfortunately for Stephen, the very thought of this is making him feel a tad queasy.
You alright?
Yeah, I feel really sick. Come on, I'll go. Do you want me to go first? Just kiss me. No, I'm fine. I'll continue. Just, you know, so like...
Yeah. But what's causing it? Is it because you're sensing something in the atmosphere, or because you're making yourself anxious?
No, I'm not anxious. I feel alright. I'm fine now.
What do you mean you feel alright? Do you think you're going to get sick?
No, not now. It's coming.
So it's coming in
mostly when I'm walking.
So this motion is making you sick, or you're getting closer or something?
I don't know.
It's getting colder here now. Can you feel the drop in temperature?
Yeah. Oh, God. Just kiss me for a second. Come on.
Yeah, alright, take your time. Because I'll get sick in a second.
Sorry, Paul.
You right?
Yeah. I started walking up the stairs, me and Michael. Oh, I don't like this.
You don't like this place? Are you feeling some energy, Stephen?
No, just feel a bit like that sick thing again. It's very stuffy down here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's dry.
Again, that sick feeling again. I don't like it.
Yvette, keen for everyone to experience the dark side, escorts Louis and Ronan to the last place inhabited in the close, Chesney's house.
David, you want to go into your room?
Right. How are you feeling, Louis?
I'm fine.
There's a door back there.
There it is. Okay. This is Chesney's house. Okay? Get your cameras out, guys.
Why are you staying?
Okay. Here.
Ronan, let me get out.
You think we can get out?
Look at the ceiling.
And a bit of damp there.
If these walls could talk, you know.
Ah, Stephen.
Unfortunately, Louis, walls can't talk, but bodies can. And our body language expert, Professor Jeffrey Beattie, has been listening to some of the band's loudest movements.
It's interesting when Stephen and Mikey start going into the caverns, Stephen gets this incredible kind of retching response. And that's kind of brought on by the whole emotional meaning of the whole thing. Now, the whole point about retching, of course, is it's connected with disgust. And disgust is one of the most primitive human emotions. It's a survival thing. We get disgusted at things